One of the most important settings in the Map Settings tab is the objective layout. This dropdown controls how your objectives are arranged on the battlefield. Right now there are three options: Dawn of War, Search and Destroy, and Cleansing Control. Each places 5 objectives in specific positions around the board. For example, the Dawn of War layout creates a cross formation. Objective 1 is in the exact center of the board. Objectives 2 and 3 are placed along the long center line, and objectives 4 and 5 are along the short midline. When you change the dropdown to a new layout, it's critical that you scroll down and click Save Map Settings. Until you do that, the simulator is still using the old layout, even if you see a different one on the screen. Saving is what locks in your choice and tells the system to expect that layout when analyzing the battlefield. Once you've saved, you can take a picture, and the system will analyze the table assuming you've placed your objectives correctly. If you have, you'll see a clean visualization with deployment zones, terrain, and objectives aligned. But there are 3 common mistakes that cause problems. The first is forgetting to save after changing layouts. For example, if you switch from Dawn of War to Search and Destroy but don't save, the system will still use Dawn of War when you take a picture, and what you expect. The second mistake is saving a new layout, but not actually changing the objectives on the table. Let's say you select Search and Destroy and save it, but your objectives are still sitting in Dawn of War's cross formation. The simulator will assume they're in an X formation, and all your deployment zones and terrain will be shifted and skewed, because it's aligning to where it detects objectives, assuming they are in the specified objective layout locations relative to each other. The third common error is inaccurate spacing of objectives 1 and 2. These are the anchor points for the entire map. If they're placed too close together, the whole battlefield shrinks, and your deployment zones get smaller. For example, if objectives 1 and 2 are only 10 inches apart instead of the required 20 inches, the simulator compresses the entire battlefield. Everything becomes tighter than it should be. On the other hand, if they're placed too far apart, the battlefield stretches and ends up larger than your table, throwing off all of the distances. In either case, the map no longer matches reality.